Hello and welcome to the Eileen Silverman Show. I'm your host Eileen, and on this week's program, our guest, Stephanie Linge, Artistic Director for the Hippodrome Theater, shares information about its 50th anniversary with a glimpse ahead to the new season and a look back at its 50th year history. And we let you know how you can be a part of keeping Gainesville hip. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. I'm delighted to introduce my guest, Stephanie Linge, Artistic Director, Hippodrome Theater. And Stephanie, it's always wonderful to have you here. And I'm thinking back on the many years of the Eileen Silverman Show, promoting and supporting the Hippodrome, and it's always been very special. I love the Hippodrome.
Oh, thank you.
It means so much to us and our community.
Thank you so much, Eileen. I mean, it's just always such a joy to be here, and we have always appreciated everything you've done at the Hip and for the Hip. And we are 50!
I know, I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it is awesome. 50 years?
50 years. The professional theater in Gainesville, Florida is turning 50 this season. I think that
is
says
such
so
a milestone.
Much. It is.
It is.
It says so much about the theater and what it brings to the community, but it also says so much about what the community cherishes. And
Yes.
the community cherishes the arts, and it cherishes storytelling, and we couldn't be more grateful.
Well, you are a treasure, a cultural institution. The Hippodrome has changed Gainesville in so many different ways. And when you think back, and I mean, you joined as Artistic Director 2019. You've been on the show every year since.
Yes.
But this time, 50 years with a new season that's going beyond limits.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Tell us what that means in the context of 50 years.
Well, we are 50. And 50 years ago, in 1973, 6 amazing artists, Mary and Greg and Bruce and Carrie and Marilyn and Orrin, they got together because they wanted to tell amazing stories in this community.
Yes.
And so we wanted to honor their spirit, their drive, their passion. And the best way we could kind of encapsulate that in a very short theme for a season was beyond limits. Because in 1973, they didn't care what you should do or could do. They're like, nah, we're going to do this. They went dumpster diving to get wood to build the sets.
And there were many who thought they will never pull this off.
Yes, they did whatever it took to be able to share these stories with this community. And so that spirit, that wanting to tell stories out, be creative in the way they told stories, to think outside the box, that is the spirit that we wanted to honor.
To change the thinking of the audience.
Yes,
So, yes.
Absolutely, yes. It's been the theme and the mission of the Hippodrome all these years, and we wanted to make sure we really honored that in a very specific way as we celebrate our 50th season. So we are still here after 50 years. We are telling stories.
You've gone from one place to another, and
Yes.
then the iconic post office. I mean, when somebody says downtown Gainesville, I think the image of the Hippodrome comes to mind.
Yes.
You can't separate the two.
No, you can't. Being able to be and create art in that beautiful, gorgeous, historic building is such an honor. And I think the collaboration of that historical building, that fantastic heart of Gainesville, if you will, right there, and this collaborative storytelling that the Hippodrome has always been known for, just empowers each other.
Yes, it all works together.
Yes.
It's amazing. And I'm always fascinated, every show I've done with the Hippodrome, about the Hippodrome, that everything is put together in that building. everything that comes out on that stage.
Yeah. We are a
the
local
set, the lights,
company.
the costumes.
Yes.
It's just the props.
People have no idea. We are a local company. We are a local
are.
professional company, which means that we employ local people. We have over 40 people, part-time and full-time, on staff at the Hippodrome. And that's not even counting the actors.
Right. That's just to keep the whole thing going.
That's just to keep the whole thing going.
Right.
That's our admin. That's our front of house. That's our designers. We have set designers, props designers, lighting designers, costume designers, sound designers that we hire out of our community to create every single show with the director. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's somebody new. And those, we start working on a show at minimum 2.5 months, sometimes 6 months before the first rehearsal.
Wow.
Before the first rehearsal.
You're
that's
always
how much
working
energy it takes.
Back forward,
Yes.
you know, what's on stage, what we're preparing. And it's fascinating, and
it's created locally. It's the talent
is
here.
such a joy.
Yes. We bring in professionals for some of those roles. We bring in professional actors. We hire professional local actors.
Right.
We
Your
have
core
this
group,
fantastic collaboration. And one of the things I love about theatrical storytelling is it's a collaboration not only with the artists in so many ways that the audience never even gets to see, but it's a collaboration with the audience, with the community. It is a lean-in experience, theater is. When you're home watching TV, and I'm a fan of being home watching TV, don't get me wrong, but that's a lean-back experience, right? You're chilling. You're kind of taking what it's giving you.
Right. Changing your channel.
Yeah. But
and going back and saying, I remember this. But
in live theater, you lean in and it's everyone's energy together. It challenges us.
And you are right now taking us beyond limits.
That's right. We are taking you, we are creating more stories. We are pushing those limits. We want everyone to understand that they can be and do anything they want because nothing is beyond the limit.
I love it. It makes me feel so good. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking with Hippodrome Artistic Director Stephanie Linge. Okay, Stephanie, we're ready to go. New season, Beyond Limits 2022-23. What's up first?
Well, what's up first is a classic, Fahrenheit 451. This is the actual adaptation by Ray Bradbury himself. And in addition, it's our co-production with UF School of Theater and Dance.
Thank you very much.
And it just seemed like the perfect way to launch our 50th season in our co-production with UF, exploring this world that Ray Bradbury created, this dystopian world where people really aren't allowed to even think
and that
anymore.
Is frightening.
Yes, yes, it is. And
frightening then and now.
It is. And to, I don't know, to kind of almost balance the world that we're creating on the stage, the Hippodrome is really excited to be creating a lot of community outreach with this program, with this show.
Is so appropriate and such an opportunity for both the HIP and our community.
Yeah, we're asking community members to share poetry with us that's based on some of the themes of the book. We are having a Do Not Read This Book club.
Love it.
To read Fahrenheit 451. And we're all going to have a fantastic book club discussion about it in September.
Right.
We're actually going to host a panel discussion after one of the shows.
I saw that's coming up.
With several members of UF and Santa Fe talking about this, the themes of this book and how they reverberate in our world today.
And that goes back to sort of your mission.
Yes.
For 50 years, including the audience, the interaction, the storytelling, and how it can change us.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things everyone cherishes about sitting in an audience and watching wonderful live theater. In some way, it changes you.
Absolutely.
And you may not even know it then, but it comes back around. And That's just what
And that's part
makes
of that.
it so special.
That's why we lean in
Yes,
for this
I love
kind
when
of
you
experience.
say that. You lean
Yeah.
into the experience.
Yeah, it's one of the beautiful things about theater. It can make you laugh, it can make you cry, and it can make you think. And those beautiful shows that just kind of come back again and come back again and come back again. It's one of the ways back in the day, back in the cave, around the fire,
Telling the stories.
telling the stories, sharing the community. It's how we grow as a society and how we learn about each other, how we grow as a community. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
So our
It's
second
meaningful.
show.
Okay, yes.
So our second show is not that.
No,
Our
okay.
second show is a fantastic family comedy, because if
Running
we're going to go
mates.
dystopian, we're going to have some fun after that. And it's election year, so we thought, well, what would be better than making fun of politics in this fantastic family comedy for running mates. So if you're getting tired of the whole election scene, if
Right,
you need a
right.
break, come down and have some fantastic giggles. Then it's the holidays.
Oh, and you've got something Murder for Two Holiday Edition.
We do. So
this
our most popular show last season, Murder for Two, was sold out. People could not get tickets, and it's fantastic for the folks who have not seen it.
Right.
It is a two-man
Two
show.
performers.
One man plays the detective. The other man plays all of the suspects. 13 of them.
and a piano's in the middle.
And they both play the piano.
Yes.
They are. We have both of those actors coming back to join us again. They
Oh,
are
they were-
amazingly
they were
talented.
outstanding.
And if you saw it the first time, you're
Yes.
going to want to come back, because
Yes.
it's a similar setup with reindeer and candy canes, because it's the holidays.
Yes.
And if everybody missed it the first time, they get another
Oh,
chance to
I
see
agree.
it.
It's the holiday edition.
It is, and of course, our traditional Christmas Carol, we're
That will
staging
be
that
back.
again. And it's just one of our joys, bringing so many kids in to see that and having that family tradition for Gainesville every single
And
year.
that's part of your mission too, being an educational
Yes.
component that's so important to the
Oh,
Hippodrome for kids and
Yes.
now for adults, and that's gone on for years.
Our
that is a
education
strong-
program is top notch. It is stunning. The number of children that have gone through and had it affect their lives in a positive way. It is one of the best elements of the Hippodrome, and I just
agree.
absolutely love
And
every element of it.
when those summer performances and you see the kids come into their own, you go,
Yeah.
yes, we have done it. And now you're
right.
opening that door for adults.
That's right. We have adult education classes starting this fall. Scene study. It's amazing.
Lots happening. We're going to take a break
Okay.
before we go back to the rest of the season as we turn the corner to 2023. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about the Hippodrome Theater. And Stephanie, okay, get us going for the
Okay.
first show, January 23.
January 2023 is a show we have been dying to do for so long. It is called, you ready? The Elaborate Entrance of Chad Deity. It is a fantastic, all-American satire about wrestling.
Oh, wow.
I know, identity and chasing the American dream. It
I was
is
trying to figure it out. Okay, now I have it.
fantastic. You gotta come. It is
Well,
a
I have my
brilliant
season
script.
tickets. I'm ready.
It's a brilliant
Opening
script.
night.
And then we actually move into another brilliant script that we were trying to
Yes,
do when
yes.
we got shut down
I
for
remember that. Native Gardens. You had it all planned and it never happened.
we did. We built half the set. Well, we're going to build the other half of the set because we're going to do it this coming spring. And we actually have Nell Page and Kevin Rainsberger,
gonna ask
two
that.
of the folks who
Oh.
have been around since the beginning days of the Hippodrome. They will be starring in
That
it.
is so appropriate.
It's a comedy, and
oh,
it's
I look forward to this.
oh, it's so much fun. And then the next show is called Silent Sky. It'll be in May of 2023. Oh, people have called it sheer magic. It is a beautiful, glorious play about this woman, Henrietta Leavitt, who was one of the first calculators for astronomy. She was one of those brilliant minds. And this play just explores her passion and her drive as she fights against society's requirements of her in the early turn of the century.
Right.
As she
And
chases her passion, which are the
do
stars.
what she was destined
Yes.
to do and
Yes.
passionate about. Oh, It's going to ring some bells for many people.
And then, of course, there's our musical.
2023 summer musical.
That's
is
right.
back.
That's right. It's still a secret.
I know it's always a secret, but then it's always a wonderful surprise.
Absolutely.
And so much fun.
We will be announcing it toward the end of this year. But until then, my lips are sealed. I promised. And I forgot to mention one of the things we have coming back this year is our New Works Festival, which was so popular.
Right. In November.
It is. We're actually doing it in November this year, and we are featuring 3 full-length plays written by Floridian playwrights. We are in the process right now of reading those plays. We have over 40. It's not even to the cutoff yet.
Oh my gosh, so
we are
many
so
entries.
Excited.
Oh,
So excited.
So much talent.
Yes. So much Floridian
and giving
talent.
the opportunity for new people, new Floridian playwrights, so we can hear their words.
Yes.
And then, of course, you've always got the cinema going on.
Yes, we have our cinema that is back and going full gangbusters. We have several festivals coming up over this next year, as well as we have some of our series. We have our Cocktails and Classics, which is always a classic movie paired with a cocktail, of course. And we've been running a mystery movie every month. You have to guess what it's going to be. You have no idea. So those who would like a little adventure,
intriguing. Then you walk right out. There's your wonderful bar.
That's
have
right.
a little cocktail.
We have
enjoy
our beautiful
conversation.
gallery that people can see whenever they can just come to see the gallery, or they can take a look at it when they're here for the cinema or an education class or the main stage.
And it brings you into that circle of the community.
Yeah, the Hippodrome
is more ways to express art.
Yeah, the Hippodrome is the artistic heart of Gainesville. It's more than just an amazing professional theater. It is education and cinema and visual art. We have a fantastic lower level basement where we host events that are supporting, again, new artists and up and coming artists here in our very own communities.
It's one of my favorite places to be, the lower level.
Nice.
I know you had to close it for a while during COVID, but things are popping back up. And
we are back.
Good things are happening there.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see that. And the community, I always get my season tickets. I know you rely on subscriptions. They're very important, but I know you have flex passes, and that gives people lots of options.
That's right. We have subscriptions, which are a huge, huge savings for those who are like, no, I'm in. I want to see every show. I'm there. I'm in it to win it.
And then you can depend on that, because you have to get these shows prepared. So that gives you a backing.
That's right. We understand what the income is, which helps us make our planning and our budget. And then there's the flex passes for people who are like, I want to see that, I want to see that,
and maybe
I want to see that.
I don't know, might change my mind.
Exactly.
And
those are also
flexibility.
savings. Those are savings on our single ticket sales. We always encourage people to check them out. We have them on our website. You can see the cost, you can see the savings. And
excellent. You have a great box office. Everybody is very gracious, very courteous, and helpful. And we're going to take another quick break.
Okay.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're talking about the Hippodrome Theater. And Stephanie, now let's discuss parking.
oh gosh, yes, let's.
Sometimes people go, can I get there, and where do I park?
Yes, of course, with all the new construction down there, it makes it even more confusing. But I am here today to tell you about the secret parking.
Okay.
Secret
I think Harvey and I
parking.
park there.
I think you do park in one of our secret parking places. We actually have these fantastic maps on our website for people who are like, where do I go? But if you look behind the Hippodrome, there are actually amazing places to park.
Yes,
I know
free of
you all
charge. Yes.
use the GRU lot, which is completely free of charge. Right behind, that is like a 5-minute walk max.
Yes,
4 to 5 minute walk.
that. Yes.
Not even. Right behind, directly behind the Hippodrome is a Milam Funeral Home, and they have paid parking for $5 there. It is less than 2 minutes from parking your car to the front door of the Hippodrome from there.
Yes.
So if you don't want to walk for 5, there's a place to walk for 2. There are other fantastic parking garages downtown, but don't forget to look behind the Hippodrome. That's where the closest parking is.
GRU. And you can always find a space.
Oh, always, always. So I'm trying to tell as many people as I can about the secret parking.
Then it won't be secret, but we don't want it secret because we don't want that to be an impediment for people coming
Absolutely.
downtown and being a part of the Hippodrome.
Yes.
And certainly not during the 50th year
Oh gosh,
celebration.
no, it is right there. There is parking. Come and hang out with us.
And that is why this is the perfect time to join our Leading Ladies group. I'm so pleased that I'm a member, formerly called the Grand Dames,
Yes.
but now we are Leading Ladies. And it's a group of wonderful women whose interest is in supporting the Hippodrome with a monetary donation per year, which gives us a lot of opportunities to go backstage, to know more about the Hippodrome, and to go to rehearsals, to bond together. We even have our special cocktail,
That's right.
our
It's
Leading Ladies cocktail.
delicious.
But in all seriousness, it's a good way that you can make the Hippodrome Theater happen in this community, and that is all important, not just for each one of us Leading Ladies, but for this whole community. So I invite people, as you celebrate 50 years, it's a milestone, join us.
Please, yes, it's
We'll
a
have
fantastic.
such fun.
Oh my gosh, we have so much fun, and the theater the Hippodrome is a nonprofit, and in order to
Exactly.
keep our ticket prices low enough so that we can be accessible, we do require donations. We look for grants. We are always looking for sponsors.
Right, beyond the ticket prices,
Yes.
we encourage people to donate, see your name in the program, ads in the program for every performance, and your corporate sponsors.
Yes.
That is, and different, your opening night sponsors, and that is integral to keeping it all going.
Absolutely. It's part of the way the community supports the Hippodrome and allows us to bring these stories at prices that are in reach.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. No, and you make it affordable so that everyone can experience theater. And talking about the 50 years, go on your social media. I know you're going to be celebrating every decade with significant memories and stories and people, and I think that will be resonate with many people in this community who
The Hippodrome was
remember
built.
when.
Yes, was built by so many people over the last 50 years. We want to make sure that we celebrate and we share their stories and their experiences with the community as well. So keep an eye on our social media and our website. We will be posting stories throughout the entire 50th season.
Well, as you said, the Hippodrome is a theatrical storytelling at its best. And so the 50 years is an opportunity to reach out and tell those stories of the people that also made this happen for
Yes.
50 years. And they definitely deserve all our admiration and our thanks.
Yes.
Because all of us are keeping Gainesville hip.
That's right.
And that is important.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Stephanie, for your leadership as artistic director, for all those behind you who we have already applauded, but keep the Hippodrome going.
We
We
will.
appreciate all of you. And I hope I will see you at the Hippodrome. I'm so glad you tuned in, and I hope you'll join us next week. Take care.